Congratulations, yellowpete. Impressive victory. So going into picks and bans, how wary were you of the fact that, of course, Gambit could pull out something special like the Karma Jungle we saw last time around? So how did you get into that one?
Well, that one we obviously knew from last week. We decided it wasn't really a priority pick or ban for us, so we just wanted to let that go through if we really wanted to play it. And we just left Jarvan open as well, so we basically had to choose, and Jarvan is a jungler he really likes to play. The other picks were not really predicted by us. Like, we wouldn't have necessarily expected Elise or Twitch, but yeah, it wasn't really anything extraordinary anyway, so.
So eventually you ended up in a 2 versus 2 lane. So how did you fare as Vayne and Nami against a Twitch Lulu lane up?
Early game was kind of rough. They had a lot of lane presence and poked us really well. We just basically got back into the game with that one gank where they didn't have vision from lane side, and Snoopy managed to get really, really close. And yeah, from there it wasn't really that hard anymore. We could just tie farm and pressure them and eventually dive them bottom lane with the castle and TP.
Yeah, you guys had Snoopy in the jungle for this game. How different is it for your lane specifically? How different do you play, or what other things you put emphasis on when it is Snoopy in the jungle instead of Shaker?
I don't think it's that much different. I think Shaker overall prefers to gank the 2v2 lane a little bit more than Snoopy, but it's not essentially that different.
And the lane up against Voidal, in opposed to playing against Darker, is he more aggressive? Is he less aggressive? What does he pull out in lane?
I haven't played against Darker too much, so it's really hard to say. In this game, Voidal was really, really present, especially in lane. Later in the game, he couldn't really, he didn't really have much impact, but it's not necessarily his fault. So, yeah, I think he did really well for what he could do.
Yeah, not his fault, because you guys were a lot ahead. But of course, Gambit is one of those teams that they can just come back in the game and farm that goal back up by taking objectives. So how did you prevent them from doing that and being able to close it out?
Well, we had really, really strong 1v1 and dueling champions and also ganking potential. So we decided, instead of going for a usual approach of sieging towers, we would rather split a little bit more and catch them off guard, and then in the end that worked. With one man down, we could eventually dive as well, so that was our approach.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.